He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. No score after one on EA Sports. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jerry Hughes in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at the 20. A first down throw for Mills. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Mills. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Mills again. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Mills. And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mills. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down. Mills to throw it. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the... Apologies to Coach. Cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. 3rd quarter action ready to go. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Mills. On a slant, here's Collins. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Mills' throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jordan Akins from 8 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the lines. Second and a yard. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. Oh, he shifts past him. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Steven Nelson. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
Mills now.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Howard. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Mills to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now.
On a bad time late for a poor throw, it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce.
37 yards.
And the Texans have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. What a huge